Hey everyone, this is your captain speaking, and in this video, I'm going to share with you the star charts for this week, particularly focusing on this week, which I've been calling the most healing week of astrology for 2021. And so, if you'd like to see it on a solar system scale so you can really understand what's going on, for us here on the Earth as a planet, as we move around the sun and the moon moves around us, it's hard to see that just on an astrology chart. But I've got this amazing new software that, yeah, you'll see. It really gives a great view of this awesome solar system that we're part of. And I'll also show the astrology chart so we can really get a clear picture on what exactly is going on here. And yeah, I share some thoughts along the way, so I hope you'll check it out. And here we go. Okay, so let's take a look at what's going on. The first thing you may notice, if you've been following my channel for a little while, is I've got some new tech for our starship. It's an upgrade, everybody, and I'm really excited about it. I got a new MacBook Air with the hot M1 chip, and it's smoking. This is so far the best computer I've ever had after my last computer, which was a 2011 MacBook Air, which was moving a little slower recently, and it was pretty challenging to edit videos. But gosh, I love that Mac, and it's still working 10 years later. Amazing. But this one is smoking, and it means I have some new tech. This new laptop, the one drawback is it doesn't run my old software, my beloved Time Cycles Research IO suite of programs. IO Edition and IO Sprite. I love you. I'll miss you. But it's time to move on in this new age, this new era. And I'm now using the ephemeris programs. I've been using ephemeris on my phone and my iPad for a long time, but now I've got them for the Mac. And they work really well. They're very affordable. I'm happy with them. There's certain things, yeah, like everything. It's not perfect, but whatever. It's working out for me. And so, yes, of course, this is showing the positions of the planets right now in in a geocentric way, where you imagine the Earth at the center, and of course, it's represented in a two-dimensional way. The upper half of the chart is the visible sky. The lower half, what's not visible, and so yes, I just got back a couple hours ago. I just got back a couple hours ago from seeing the Mercury Jupiter Saturn triple conjunction. I got up an hour and 15 minutes before the sunrise, got my butt up the hill, and it was cloudy, but I got lucky and I saw Mercury just peek out from the clouds with Jupiter for like 10 seconds. But I saw it, and I saw it with binoculars. It was awesome. In fact, it was the first Mercury Jupiter conjunction that I've ever seen. A tight one, I'm kind of embarrassed to say, but um, yeah, it's hard to catch Mercury, and even harder to catch Mercury with Jupiter. But I saw them today. I actually saw them last week, but it wasn't this tight. And yeah, Saturn was there too, and it was really special. It was a really great morning. I'm really feeling happy because I got to see them. And I'm going to show you why things are going to get even better. In fact, I feel like this is the best week for sky watching of 2021. At least that's how I feel right now. There's going to be other great stuff later this year. There's going to be a total lunar eclipse, and there's going to be some meteor showers, and there'll be a Venus-Mars conjunction. There's going to be lots of good stuff. But I think this is the best week because we've got two quadruple conjunctions forming in the sky back to back, and I'm going to show you them on this software. But I've also got this other amazing software on the right that you're seeing. It's called Solar System Scope. And prior to this new Mac, I could only use it on my iPad. But one of the great things about the new Macs is uh, you can use iOS apps on the computer. It's super cool. So I love this software. It's so great, and you're going to see why. Okay, so it's the same representation over here, and you can see here's the Earth, there's Mercury, and there's Jupiter. That's what we're seeing right before the sun rose. They were all visible. Earth, Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn. You can see the moon here. Let's zoom in a little bit. Let's zoom in, everybody. And I can turn it over here. Look. So there was a crescent moon. Here's the moon. Visible. And it's not too far away. How far away was it? I guess 30, 45 degrees or so from Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn. And it's going to get closer as we move forward. Here we go to the 8th and 9th. Let's go to the 9th. And why don't we go to the 9th over here? Doom, doom, doom. Okay, you see, on the morning of the 9th, I would recommend getting out the 8th, the 9th, and the 10th, as well as the 11th, 12th, 13th, and 14th. They're all great days for getting out to watch the pre-dawn lights and then to watch the sunrise. Wow. Definitely, if you could do it as many days as possible, it's going to be really special. And starting on the 9th, though, there's going to be a tight moon Saturn conjunction. Let's look at it from here. Let's see, from here. So, yeah. See, Earth, Moon, Saturn, but also a tight Mercury Jupiter conjunction, both visible, and they're really all four together. That's a quadruple conjunction within, 15 degrees, and it gets within, what is that, 12 degrees from Saturn to Mercury, 13 degrees, but the whole thing within 15 degrees. That's a tight quadruple conjunction, or a very strong operative conjunction. And yeah, it has a lot to do with really feeling into how this past year has impacted you. Because this is the last time that the inner planets or the moon are going across the Jupiter-Saturn conjunction that was so strong all last year with Pluto. And I'll show you, we'll go back in time a little bit so that you can see how these were super tight most of 2020, and now you can see they're separating. And right at this point, Jupiter's way off. It's almost it's going to get to 30 degrees away. Saturn is about 13 degrees away from Pluto, so it's still close enough. And Jupiter's still close enough to Saturn that it's really kind of the last moment that these three are within a close enough range to say goodbye. And it's been so amazing for me every month getting out there when the moon went across Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto, when the moon made its monthly pulses across that amazing, profound, powerful alignment that defined the events of 2020 and will define the mark in our lives before 2020 and after 2020. And anyway, this is the last time that the moon is going across them when they're close enough together to be, still happening. And the moon has to do with like personal feeling, emotional connection. It's relational. And so it's a really good time when the moon conjoins another planet to, yeah, to deepen intimacy on an emotional way with the planets, to connect with them, to have a feeling connection with them. And so, yeah, it's a great time to feel in to the the planet or planets and develop a closer connection with them. The moon is about connecting, and so yeah, this is a parting of ways for what I was calling the Council of Elders super portal each month. These portals where we would go kind of connect with these sages and seek guidance. And with the Mercury going across them, it's like, yeah, the chance to communicate with them, the chance to say goodbye, the chance to say goodbye to this once in a thousand year planetary alignment where we've learned so much, we've grown so much. For me, it's like this has been the biggest year for me of my entire life for, yeah, connecting with the sky, feeling held by the sky, healing through contact with the sky. The biggest year of my life as an astrologer after nearly 30 years of practice with astrology. This has been the biggest year for communicating with the planets, connecting with the planets, feeling, yeah, feeling supported by the planets, feeling like the planets have become more of my support system, my support network than at any time before. And it feels like on a multi-lifetime scale. And so, yeah, it's a very precious time for me personally. Just, yeah, I'm feeling into it right now that it's like, this is the moment where I'm saying goodbye to this profound alignment, thanking it, and also feeling the last messages and communications from these planets all together in their, yeah, their council. Like it's their parting ways. They're saying goodbye to each other in this, yeah, after this very rare coming together. They're saying goodbye, and they're saying goodbye to each other, and they're also saying goodbye to the earth and to earthlings. They're not going away, but they're saying goodbye as a council, a board of directors that we've been meeting with. And so yeah, with Mercury there, it's been, yeah, this time since December. And let's just go back a little bit because we've had this really extended period of Mercury because of its retrograde cycle. Mercury goes retrograde when it gets closest to the Earth. You see there when Mercury is at its closest, every 88 days, Mercury goes around the sun, and at some point in that cycle, it gets at its closest. And here it happened in February, but it went retrograde a little bit before here. And let's go back. Yeah, there was a point in mid-January. Let's go back to that. Or no, it was earlier. Like this, yeah, that's right, mid-January. You see how Mercury right here was conjunct Jupiter and Saturn, but it was barely visible because it's too close to the sun. It was possible to see Mercury right between Jupiter and Saturn, but hard. And so yes, that's a month ago where I feel like the Philosopher's Stone super portal that I've been calling it, you know, where this, yeah, this communication of wisdom after this incredibly powerful year, the communication and clarification, mental clarification of, yeah, the deepest lessons and learnings of the past year. That process, I feel, began around there, although it was earlier. Let's look at it over here for a minute. Let's go back. Sometimes it's easier to see on the astrological software. Going one day at a time here. Let's go back to here. Yeah, Mercury started to conjoin these way back. Let's go back to, yeah, I feel like it was right at the end of 2020. That's when Mercury started to conjoin Pluto. And so it's like the communication from Pluto and then from Saturn and then from Jupiter. But really, it's like uh, that whole time period from here, the end of December, through now, and for another week or so, um, is the chance to, yeah, tune into the messages coming from this amazing once in a thousand year alignment. Allow the process of like mental clarification and bringing a kind of mental precision to, yeah, understanding the lessons and how you've developed mastery over those lessons that, yeah, over the last year have come to you. That process, I feel, started at the end of 2020 and it's continued till now. Let's see here. So, around this is one of the really special alignments right here when the moon came on January 13th. Let's go forward a couple days here. Boom, boom, boom. Here's January 13th. This is when the moon was also there. So you can see there's the moon. Moon's here. Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto over there. And so, yeah, that's one of the really special quadruple conjunctions. We're basically getting a sequence of quadruple conjunctions of the moon with Mercury, Jupiter, and Saturn happening in mid January, mid February, and now mid March. And I feel like here at the end of it, at the end of these pulses of Mercury going across this triple conjunction of last year, the Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto triple conjunction, that, yeah, this last one is when it's really likely to come together. Like it's been coming together during the Mercury retrograde, a lot of reflection and thinking things over. But now it's like it's really getting clear and you're getting the big mountaintop perspective on it all and you're synthesizing it and integrating it into a kind of clear philosophy of life, a clear moral framework as you move forward with your more authentic life. These pulses started at the end of 2020 and had a real peak here in mid January. But let's time travel a month ahead. The moon coming all the way around. And remember, this was when we had that amazing 6 planets in Aquarius alignment, what I was calling the dawning of the age of Aquarius super portal, mega portal, hyper portal, hyper portal. This was when that amazing alignment of 6 planets in Aquarius happened. 6 planet conjunction, so incredibly rare, and especially all in the sign Aquarius. That hasn't happened since 1962. And in a previous video, check it out, I really focused on this as the kind of defining moment where there's this end of an age and the beginning of a new age, the new age of Aquarius. For me, I'm kind of ritualizing that, really letting go of the last age and opening to this new one, opening to the new cycles of time that are beginning for me and for the collective. And yeah, so this was when the Earth and the Moon and Mercury and the Sun and Venus and Jupiter and Saturn were all in alignment. Wow, that was just a month ago. Can you feel how over this past month there's been a feeling of newness, of new beginnings? That's what this is all about. And now we're back here where we started. But I want to just do a quick. Did I do? I didn't go forward to just show you this on here. Let's go a month ahead. Yeah, here's where that happened. Around February 10th, 9th, 10th, and 11th, especially, is when that sixth planet in Aquarius alignment happened. Let's go back. Let's go back. Yeah, here it is again. Earth, Moon, Mercury, Sun, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, and Earth in the middle. Saturn, Moon, Venus, Jupiter, Mercury, Sun. Yes. So amazing sequence, but oh, I forgot. We got to come back here to where we are right now. What's happening after Mercury moves off of this Jupiter Saturn conjunction? We get towards the end of next week. And look, the 12th, 13th, and 14th, the moon moves off of the conjunction with Mercury and it moves onto the triple conjunction with Venus, Neptune, and the Sun. That's really rare to have that tight of a quadruple conjunction. Look at that. They're all within, they get as close as within 3-4 degrees of each other. That's super close. Every year we get a Venus-Neptune conjunction. Every year we get a Sun-Neptune conjunction. Every month we get a Moon-Neptune conjunction, but it's very rare for all of them to be happening at the same time. And so, yes, this is what I'm calling the heart chakra super portal of 2021. And it's this opportunity to, just really open your heart and melt into the divine love and be a channel of divine love, really raising your frequency to the heart chakra level and letting your love light shine. Check out the end of this video to see what I was just recording, the sunrise. We've already got a Venus Sun Neptune triple conjunction, and that vibe has definitely come in, and I felt it just a couple hours ago when I went out, and I'm going to put that recording at the end. So yes, let's see here, just moving ahead right to here. Here's what we're talking about. Here's March 13th, and here it is on the left. Earth, Moon, Sun, Venus, and Neptune. There's Neptune. See that amazing alignment we're in? We're going to be in? Wow. So it's like this crystallization of the Philosopher's Stone of wisdom after this whole previous year with the Mercury, Moon, Jupiter, Saturn quadruple conjunction leads right into this heart chakra energy of Sun, Venus, Moon, Neptune. And so it's such a sweet sequence, I feel, for both observing, because it's so rare to see a Mercury, Jupiter, Saturn triple conjunction. We won't have another one for 20 years, everybody. And this is the moment where the moon's coming onto it. And then after that, you won't be able to see Venus and the moon or Neptune because they're all too close to the sun, and the sun's light is bigger than theirs, overwhelms theirs, but they're all there in alignment, and the sun is charged up by them, and the sun is uh yeah, it's shining with all of those lights behind it, and so it's a kind of radiant version of the Venus Neptune energy. So like really lit up heart chakra energy, really lit up sense of inspired spiritual beauty, and the potential for, yeah, amazing spiritual self-exploration experiences where there's a lot of self-love, but also in the relational field where you're more likely to have really sweet intimacy with friends and family and lovers, and perhaps even soulmates, soul friends, soul family. Yes. So, yeah, I'm really wishing you all to have a special, special healing week when it comes to, uh, well, at any point for the rest of this coming week, getting out for sunrises and sunsets. Just imagine that right behind the sun is Venus and Neptune, and it's sending you so much love and beauty, and you're likely to see some really special sunrises and sunsets. So get out there and really see them, okay? And so there's one last thing I want to do while this software is up, and it's just to do a quick time travel back to when the Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto was really happening, or when it first kicked in last year. So let's go back in time, everybody, shall we? Here we go. Right here, this is when the Earth was closest to Mars. Like, right in, was it here? Yeah, this is basically when the Earth was closest to Mars. And this is when we always send our probes to Mars. And that's when we launched the rocket with the new rover that just landed on Mars. Anyway, going back in time, if we go back here, last summer, look at that. Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto, so close. And you can see here that Pluto is right on the ecliptic. It goes up here, and it's only a few years that it's right here. Often it's just way off the ecliptic. So when we've been looking at Jupiter and Saturn, just totally right in the same direction as been Pluto. And that is so rare, once in 1,000 years. And if we go back further here, for me, the pandemic just really kicked in around March. It was March 17th that, I gotta switch this here. It was March 17th when San Francisco did its total lockdown. I think we were the first city in the United States to do so. And so look at what was going on there. See Mars? That was the month when there was this amazing quadruple conjunction. Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. And on that date, look at the moon. So it went Earth, Moon, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. Wow. And so, yeah, that was the first time I named this as the Council of Elders Super Portal. And that's what it felt like, a gathering of elders all coming together in a council for us to consult with and receive guidance in the midst of a very intense historical moment. And then, yeah, and then it was still a whole nother month that Mars was in there, and it was just so amazing to observe. So amazing. And yeah, I think that's all I really want to show. I mean, you can see like just super, super exact in July. And then you can see there was a Mars Neptune conjunction right in here during the summer. Mars, actually, it was a little, was it a little later? No, it was more like here. It was a little earlier that Mars was. It doesn't matter. I think it was right around here. Yeah, you can see in the summer, Mars came onto the conjunction to Neptune, and and then we got close, and this is when Mars went retrograde, and it stayed in the square with Jupiter, Saturn, and Pluto for most of the rest of the year. Yes, very intense times. It was actually in November, right around the time of the US presidential election, that they were most exact. Look at that. Boom. Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, Pluto. That was when they were within 4 degrees of each other. And lastly, and we might as well look at when the Great Conjunction happened, when Jupiter and Saturn were most exact, was right at the solstice. Right, the solstice. Jupiter. This was December 21st. Yeah, you can see Earth, Jupiter, Saturn, triple conjunction. A few days before that, the moon was on it. That was another really special alignment for me. So yeah, amazing, amazing. Thank you, Solar System Scope software. Thank you, Ephemeris software. Okay, blessings, blessings, love. Get out there and see it. Get out there this week and look at the sky. Be with the sky. It's worth it to get up early, make your coffee, make your tea, and find some place special to observe it. Love you. Blessings.